Okay, discussing about class and relationship among the classes. There are four types of relationships. The first one, dependency. Second one, association. Third one, generalization or specialization. It is called inheritance. And fourth one, aggregation. It is aggregation means it is a relationship between the whole the system and part of the systems. So first one, the nature of the class. The nature of the class means the class represents a set of objects that shares the common structure and common behavior. Okay, the class represents a set of objects. For example, student class. The students class represents a set of students. Or a set of students, class students or college students are even, and all college students having same attributes and same behavior. That is, they are studying in second year, third year, or fourth year, and they have same patterns. That is, same attributes. That is, it has hall ticket number and class, father name, and branch. So, class means the class represents a set of objects that share the common structure. It is where structure means attributes and common behavior. It is the behavior means operations. So normally in Java language, the class means the collection of attributes and operations. Here same, the collection of attributes and operations. Here attributes represents the common structure and behavior methods represents common behavior. Next, a single object is simply an instant of class. So suppose you are representing any objects, just the instant, that is the instant means the one object is represented by an instant of any class. So the nature of the class means it is a general representation of an objects. It is an objects. Suppose account is one object. It is the general representation for account is every account holder has some name, account number, and next one is bank and branch name. That is the class. So it is a general structure. It is general behavior or general structure. Next, the interface and implementation of class. So how implement a class? Whereas an individual object is an entity that performs some role in overall the system. So suppose any individual object, that is the any individual objects means suppose in library management system, librarian is one object and student is one object. The librarian performing some role in overall system. Same student performing some role in system. So the class captures the structure and behavior common to all related objects. So to represent this, the object is represented by class. The class represents the structure and behavior common to all related objects. Suppose in library, book is common and each book has its own structure and behavior. It is here structure means attributes, behavior means operations. Next, a class serves as a sorting binding contract between the abstraction and all its clients. A class serves as a binding contract between the abstractions and all its clients. Next, by capturing these decisions in the interfaces of the class, a strongly typed programming language can detect the violations of the context during the compilations. Suppose if any interface, that is, if any interfaces, any error is occurred in the programming languages, it can be detected at the time of compilation. So next one, you can interface the classes into four parts. So first part is public, second part protected, third part private, and fourth one packages. That is, there are four types of interfaces. To the class. The first one is public. Already you know the public. A public is a declaration that accessible to all clients. Suppose if any variable is declared in the class, it can be accessed by the all the other classes. That is all outside the classes. If your variable is declared as a public. Next one, protected. And the protected means a declaration that is accessible only to the classes itself and its subclasses and its friends. So suppose if any variable is declared, that is if any variable is declared as a protected, it is accessed by its class and its subclasses. That is, if any subclass is defined, its subclasses and its friends. Friends means suppose if any class is implemented by extension of particular class, the variable can be accessed by the friends class. Next one, private. It is the private means suppose if any variable is declared as a private, that is the variable or method. It is any variable or method is declared as private, it can be accessible only to the class itself and its friends. So the interface of the class, that is how to interface in a class. First one public, second one protected, the third one is private. Next one, package. That is, the package is a declaration that is accessible only by the classes in the same classes. That is, the package means the collection of classes. Okay, suppose if any package, definition for package in Java language is package means collection of classes. So the package can be accessible only by the classes in the same package. So the classes within the same package is accessible. Next, what is the life cycle? That is the life cycle of a package. We may coming understand the behavior of a simple class, just understanding the semantics of its distinct public operations in isolations. So behavior of more interesting classes involves the interaction of their various operations over the lifetime of each their instance. So each object has its own lifetime. Lifetime means it performing some operations. That is after completion of operation. That is after completion of the operations, its lifetime is over. So each object, that is, each object must be performing some operations. Our operations means it interact with another operations. That is, it is interact with another objects over the lifetime of its instance. So next one, the relationships among the classes. So the relationship among the classes, relationship among the classes, there are four types of relationships. The first one is dependency, second one association, third one generalization or specialization, and fourth one aggregation. That is, there are four types of relationship between the classes. The first one, dependency. Dependency is, it is a semantic relationship between the two things. It is a semantic relationship between the two things in which change in one thing, it is change in one thing, it is independent thing, may affect automatically on other thing, that is dependent thing. It is change in one thing automatically changes in another thing, or it may affect the semantics of other thing, that is the dependency. That is the dependency relation means if any change in one thing that automatically changes in another thing. Suppose the relation between student and teachers. Suppose student is independent thing, but teacher, that is the teacher is changes. Suppose for third year students there are the one teacher, one class in charge. For second year students, one class in charge. So if any student is changed, that is the students is changed, automatically changes the teacher, that is the class in charge. Suppose students belongs to one department and faculty automatically changes the particular department. That is, it is a dependent thing. That is dependent thing means one independent thing. So if any changes in one thing automatically changes in another thing. For example, suppose any company, that is the company changes, automatically changes the employees. Suppose in one company some employees, some company name, if company name is changes, automatically changes the employees. Suppose if college is change, that is the college is change, automatically changes the students. Suppose the college name is change, automatically because students belongs to the students belong to particular colleges also change. So if any change in one thing, if any change in one thing automatically changes in another thing. It is the first relationship, that is dependency. Okay, second one, association. The association is the structural relationship that describes a set of link connected among the two objects. The link connected among the two objects. Suppose association. That is, the association means it is a structural relationship describe a set of links, the link connected among the objects. Suppose the link between employer and employee. It is the connection. It is suppose if there is an employer and automatically present in employees. That is the connection between two objects. Suppose username password. Suppose if any username is exits automatically, every username has its password. So the username associated with some password. Same employer associated with some employee. Suppose the boy. Suppose if any students belongs to some college, so boy belongs to some school. So every object is associated with another object. Suppose username associated with password. That is, suppose the username cannot be worked without password. So the username associated with password. So there are different types of association. That is, there are different types of association means the multiplicity can take place one to one multiplicity, one to many multiplicity, and one to one or more multiplicity, or one to zero or one multiplicity. Suppose boy belongs to this. The boy belongs to boy means number of boys. That is multiple number of boys belongs to single school. That is one to multiple to one relationships. It is multiple boys belongs to one school. It is the multiple means the multiple objects is belongs to single connected to single objects. Suppose username password. It is the single username. Each username has that is single username has only single password. It is the one to one association. That is the one to one association, many association, and many to one association, and many to many. That is multiple to many associations. That is there are four types of associations. That is four types of association: one to one, next one to many, and many to one. That is the many to one is suppose the employees belongs to single company. That is multiple employees connected to single company. So multiple employees is associated with single company. So many to many. It is many to many. Association. It is many to many association means suppose there are different types of uh, colleges. That is BTech college, degree college, and diploma college. There are different types of colleges and there are different types of students. That is the colleges associated with students. That is this college has multiple colleges and students has multiple students. So students belongs to multiple colleges belongs to multiple students. That is the colleges associated with students. So the relation between colleges, not a single college, multiple colleges associated with multiple students, it is many to many association. So association means it is a link, that is the connection among these objects. So if you connection among the objects, the employer has employee, username has password, boy goes to some school, um, colleges and students. That is, the students belongs to particular colleges. So there are second, for example, suppose in automated system in retail point of sale, and our two key abstractions includes product and sale. The products belongs to sales. That is, every product has some sales. As shown in the figure, the product and next one is sale. It is every product has sale. Suppose multiple products. That is, n represent multiple products has sale. That is single sale or multiple sale. These two classes product denotes the product sale as a part of sale, and class sale denotes the transaction through which several products which are last sold. By implementation, the associations suggest biodirectional navigation. That is, the biodirectional navigation. It gives the instance of the product where local objects denotes sale and give the instance of able to all the products during the transactions. So every product associated with sale. So single product associated with last sale. That is, here we are representing one means one represents last sale. So every product has associated with last sale. Next one, generalization. It is the generalization is a specialized relationship in which object of specialized elements are it is specialized element child or substantially for the object of generalized element, that is parent. That is the relation between specialized element to generalized element. That is the relation between specialized elements represent child or substantial for the object of generalized element. That is generalized element means parent elements. So in Java language we are already studying inheritance, the relation between parent class and superclass and subclass. Same, the relation between child and parent is represents inheritance and specialization. Inheritance or generalization. It is in inheritance generalization, the children, it is the children inherits the behavior of parents. It is the children inherits the attributes of parents. Suppose every children has its uh, father attributes, that is belongs to house name and address, all belongs to its parent attributes. So the child class inherit, inherits the attributes of parent class. Same, the relation between the superclass and subclass is also called generalization. Next, there are two types of generalization relationships. The first one is single inheritance. The second one is multiple inheritance. That is the single inheritance. That is the single inheritance means the relationship among the classes where in one class share the structure and behavior defined in one. It is called, suppose it share the attributes, that is attributes and operations of superclass is called single inheritance. Or it share the suppose one class is share the attributes and operations of multiple classes is called multiple inheritance. That is, there are two types of relationships. That is, the first one is single inheritance and second one is multiple inheritance. In single inheritance, the single class share the structure and behavior of single class. That is, single class means suppose suppose child parent. That is, child share the attributes and behaviors of parent class or parents. Same, multiple inheritance. That is, the multiple inheritance means the multiple classes. That is, the multiple classes, multiple single class share the structure and behavior of multiple classes. Suppose in our banking system, bank is one class, and next one is account is one class. So suppose the account holder, account means customer. The customer can share the attributes and behavior of bank and automatically account. So the a customer can share, that is the customer can share the attributes of bank and account is called multiple inheritance. That is the single inheritance, and next one is multiple inheritance. So in our example, it is data. That is telemetry data is a superclass of electrical data. So here in our example, telemetry data is superclass of electrical data. It is here telemetry data. It is the telemetry data. It is the electrical data. Electrical data share the attributes of telemetry data. Same Population data, it shows the attributes of temperament. Sensor data, it is the sensor data also shows the attributes of telemetry data. So here sensor data, in sensor data is superclass. The spectrometer data share the attributes of sensor data. Camera data also share the camera also share the sensor data. Same radiation data. Radiation data also share the sensor data. So here in single inheritance, that is in single inheritance, the single class, that is the single class share the attributes of, that is share the attributes of superclass. Here the subclass, here in the subclass means electrical data is one subclass, it share the attributes of superclass, that is telemetry data. Next one, multiple inheritance. That is the multiple inheritance means the single object or single class share the attributes of multiple classes. So multiple classes, actually Java is not supports multiple inheritance. Only multiple inheritance supported directly by the C++ language and CLS language and small task. The multiple inheritance in object-oriented languages still topic greater debate. So in our experience, multiple inheritance is like a sharing single class share the data of multiple classes. Suppose here multiple inheritance bank account, that is the bank account uses insurable item and interest bearing item. It it share the two classes. That is should take classes inheritance item and next one is interesting bearing items. Same. Another one is security. That is the security share the attributes of assets and interest bearing items. So the single class security shares the attributes of assets and next one attributes of assets and interesting bearing items. Suppose real estates. The real estate also show the attributes of insurable items and SS items. That is multiple. That is the single class real estates share the attributes of insurable item and assets. Here same security. The security share the attributes of assets and insurance. So multiple inheritance, that is the multiple inheritance means it share the attributes of multiple classes. Okay. Next one, aggregation. That is the aggregation denotes a part or whole part of hierarchy with ability to navigate from whole. It is whole to its part of the system. It parts of the system. It is attributes. That is aggregate means it is a special kind of aggregation is special kind of association. Special kind of association. Just the relation between the part of the system and whole system is called aggregation. The aggregation is special kind of association. The aggregation relationship among the classes have a direct parallel to aggregation relation among the objects corresponding to these classes. So here heater. The next one is temperature control. That is the heater is whole part of the system and temperature is one of the part of the temperature control is one of the part of the system. So the relation between heater and temperature control is one of the part of the system. Next, second example for aggregation. Suppose the relation between college and department. A department is one of the part of college. So aggregation. And next one is here generalization. It is generalization means inheritance. It is single inheritance and multiple inheritance. The relation between the specialized item to generalized item. Association means the every object can associated with another object. That is the every object is can associate with another object is represented by association and dependency. So there are four types of relationships. there are four types of relationships. The first one is dependency, second one association, third one generalization, and fourth one aggregation. So totally in our class, just what is meant by class and what are the different relationships among the classes. That is, the class means class represents the common structure and behavior, represents common structure and behavior of an object. So class object means instance of class is called objects. There are different types of interfaces, that is public, private, protected, and package. And there are four types of relationships. The first one the first one is uh, dependency, second one is association, and third one is generalization, and fourth one is aggregation. It is there are four types of relationship among the classes, just class and relationships. So thank you, one and all.